Hey there, this is Dr. Ted, and I'm here to show you the new ADV Companion, the next app to help you plan your big motorcycling adventure. So after you've gone through the sign up process and created an account in the application, you'll be able to sign in and it'll take you to choose a route. Right now, I only have in the Oregon Coastal Range. This is a route I scouted out over the summer. I'll be adding in the other big backroad discovery routes, and actually I'll be leaning on the user community to help me map and maintain the information you're going to see in this app. But for now, I'm going to select just the Oregon Coastal Range, but again, more routes are coming. After you sign into that, you're going to be taken to the At a Glance screen. And this is going to load up a number of key pieces of information that you can scroll through just to get a sense for the route. The first one right off the top is the alerts. These are the trail reports that everybody's posting on social media to know what roads are open. Are the gates closed? Is that gas station still open? Those all appear in the alerts. And again, those are user and community contributions that keep those alerts up to date. All those trail reports, seasonal reports, permanent changes, that type of thing. Next are fuel stations. This is, if you're like me and riding a DRZ with a thimble for a gas tank, you're always concerned about how far is it to gas. So here you can see in Astoria, there's a gas station there, and I've got 67 miles to the next station. Then after that, there's another 33 after Baker's General Store, and so on through the entire route. It tells you how far forward or backward, depending on which way you're riding, to the next resource. And that's true for camping sites as well as lodging. For those of us who are interested in a more luxurious hotel experience, you can see where the hotels are and how far between each of those. From the menu, you can then jump over to look at the map to find out a little more detail. So right at the top, you can see the keys. Then there's boxes along the map that show the different sections. So the routes are all divided into one large route, like the Oregon Coastal Range, then larger sections, and then smaller segments, which have details about the road conditions. So as soon as you click on one of those sections, it loads up the tracks within that section. And so the key at the top shows that you'll be able to see whether it's a 2-lane paved road, whether it's a single-lane paved road, an unimproved road, typically a gravel road, hence the gray. Unimproved roads, these are typically off-road trails that are that aren't maintained. And then there's an unverified section for alternates or tracks that have not been verified by users yet. You can select any of these segments on the map and it'll tell you about it. So this section is the Nat Creek Campground to the Nehalem Highway. It tells you the miles, tells you the approximate time to get there, and then gives you a description of what to expect while you're riding. In addition to viewing segments, you can also look for landmarks by clicking on the landmark icon at the bottom. And then you can click on any given landmark to find out what resources are available. So at Baker's General Store, we've got gas and lodging. If you click on that call out button, you can actually use Google navigation to get directions from wherever you're at. So that's really helpful while you're on the trail. And again, to see more information about another section, just click on the shaded area on the map and it will load up all of the details about that section. You can also click on the alert icon, the triangle there, and it'll show you where all the trail alerts are, and then you can find out what might be seasonal changes that you need to worry about while you're scouting your trip. Again, Nat Creek Campground was closed early in COVID-19. And down here we see that the gates closed at the Snow Camp Trailhead most of the time, so you may need to take an alternate. So that's the mapping feature. After you look at maps, you can go to a guidebook. So for us old school folks who are used to having a book that walks us through and gives us a big description of the trail and an overview of each section, that's what this section of the app is for. So here we've got the overview of the Oregon Coastal Range. It says that it's 935 miles long, And riding time is approximately 36 and a half hours, or almost 37 hours. And it gives you a brief description. Again, we see alerts that you can scroll through, what seasonal changes and closures are there. Then it walks you through each section, tells you the miles and the duration of riding time, as well as a description of what you would expect, and then a point-to-point guidance of what to expect. So in Astoria, you can see we have gas and lodging. Then we're going to have a riding section of 30 minutes on 2-lane road. Then we're going to reach Shingle Mill Road Junction. And then we can load additional information to see the entire route. So I've got an 18-mile segment before I hit the pavement at Nehalem Highway, another 4 miles, Squaw Ridge, so on and so forth. So you can see at a glance what the section looks like. And that's true for all of these sections. You can see we've got all of those details. Additionally, I'm working on the ride calendar, which is going to allow different riders to set up connection times for other riders so that you can post when you want to ride, whether you're flexible on those dates, so you can connect with other riders, because we know we all like to have someone else there with us for safety and just because it's a lot more fun that way. There's also going to be a section I'm working on for give and get help. So if you are a trail angel, you're near one of the routes and you want to offer help to motorcyclists, whether they've got a breakdown or they need supplies, whatever it is, you can put yourself out there to help, as well as riders who are out on the trail who have a problem. You can post that to the site, and people who are willing to help will get real-time notifications that you're out there and you need help. Of course, you're going to need an internet connection for that, but that's a lot better than just posting to Facebook and hoping somebody checks in that day. Along with the frequently asked questions and some user profile information, you can put a post a picture, that type of thing. So that is an overview of the ADV Companion to help you plan your next big adventure.